Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. You'll see the West All-Stars and the Miami Heat. And the West will start out with the possession. Floats it up for Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Here's Mourning. Tries again. And here is KD. Pass to Curry. Goes back up. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
It just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
Hardaway. Miami no good on that time either.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
That one goes. Count it.
KD's aggressive streak coming out on that play. He can mix it up with the big guys when he needs to.
And it's sent back by KD. Excellent D from Wade.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
16 feet away. Miami no good on that time either. West All-Stars off to a quick start here. And stolen by Mourning. Here's O'Neal. Offensive rebound. Hardaway, no good. Stolen by O'Neal. Here's Wade. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Boy, I like how Wade commits to his shots with confidence, even when the defense is trying to give him some trouble.
Here's Ggggg. And the dunk by Ggggg.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
That'll be a 5-second call. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's LeBron. The West grabs the miss.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Kept alive. And it's Jokic missing. The Heat trailed by 4. Here's Adebayo. Yep, that one goes in there.
Just playing so strong down low. Adebayo knows you got to be ready for the fight inside.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I caught up with Miami's head coach. Their plan defensively is to try to make LeBron into a jump shooter. Now, Coach said many teams plan that, but it rarely works out. You have to fully commit to it. Of course, that means LeBron will be getting all of their attention. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Just some love for your Heat dancers.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Harden looking it over. The 3. And they recover it. From the arc. Here's Williams. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Miami Heat, trailing by 2. Wade can't hit. And the West All-Stars with possession. Edwards. And Edwards is right there.
Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
To the inside. Here's Butler. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Here's Jackson. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Here's James. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And the total package, James, is so much fun to watch.
And Harden wide open. He shoots.
James.
Good on the triple.
3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The drive by Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
Aggressive slash from Wade. An absolute terror on the drive.
And Edwards launches it from deep. And it's Wade with the rebound. The Heat trailed by 5. Over Williams. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. A three-pointer off the mark. Miami with the ball. Pass to O'Neal. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
This is where Shaq does his best work. So dangerous in tight because he's dominant close to the basket.
3 seconds left, and it comes off the front of the rim. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. West All-Stars lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from the West All-Stars, what's your take so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up. For the rest of the game.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. The West All-Stars making a switch here.
Kevin Durant.
Outside, Ggggg. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, B.A. And Mourning throws it down.
Hey, that's the defense's fault right there. I mean, you got to push Mourning much farther away than that.
Ggggg, that's a 2-pointer. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Slick crossover move. The defense had no way of keeping up.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry.
Tim Hardaway has a really nice skill set. A nightly double-double threat thanks to his scoring and dime-dropping ability.
Tim Hardaway.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the game.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And he can't hit the second.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
They grabbed their own miss. Şengün, no good.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Ice. And it's blocked by Ggggg.
Now
And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
Well, you look at Glenn Rice, and he's a versatile offensive weapon from the perimeter or pretty much anywhere on the court. He can find his points.
Now here's Durant. Releases. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
Durant's pull-up is quick and smooth and virtually unguardable. So agile he is for a 7-footer.
You know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
And it's Davis with the ball for the West All-Stars. James misses. And it's Miami's ball. Here's Haslam. Yep, that one goes. Haslam's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat.
Speed and agility, guys. I mean, he went right to the defense and took it to the rim.
Here's LeBron. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
From mid-range, LeBron really dialed in. You can't think you're safe giving him those shots.
And the rejection by James. And the shot goes in.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Curry.
Miami
and that's an intentional foul.
Tim Hardaway. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Jokic. A slam by Jokic.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
Pass to Curry. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Rice. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. Here's James. And it's Haslam with the rebound. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. The West All-Stars making a switch here.
Team foul number 4. Substitution.
Jones for 3. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
Second team foul.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Wembanyama with the bucket.
The assist. Jaren Jackson.
Miami
Jr.
trailing. Wade for 3. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
And he overshot that one, missing. On offense, here are the Heat. Here's Bosch. He shoots again. Adebayo with the bucket. Adebayo's got 6.
And contact can't slow Adebayo down. He's not afraid to get physical when he's attacking. That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Edwards getting the close range, too.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
That's the end of the first half.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
29.
West All-Stars out in front.
West All-Stars.
They lead by 2.
31.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. So it's Miami now. A 2-point game. Here's Hardaway. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And showing off for the crowd there. Hardaway's handles are off the charts.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight. Here's Ggggg. And Ggggg throws it down.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
On defense, the West All-Stars. The lead is 2. And it's Wade penetrating. And Wade slams it in.
Boy, explosive take that time by Wade. Charging inside and taking off for the slam. Big time work there.
Shoots from the baseline. Second shot opportunity. In deep. Jokic drops it in. Jokic has got 6 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Wade from outside. And it's Wade again missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night. A hand in your face on every jumper.
KD's shot is off.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
It's stolen by Curry. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And a wide open look for Ggggg. The West again cannot hit. Here's Mourning. Chalk up 2 there. Mourning's got it all tied up now for Miami.
Mourning's got that sculpted body and plays with such strength, able to brush off the contact on his way up for the shot.
High post try. Curry can't get it to go. Here's Hardaway. Banked in off the glass. Hardaway's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat.
Hey, don't let the height of Hardaway fool you. He's not that big, but he can compete anywhere on the court.
James jackhammers him down.
And he had more than enough room there for one of those trademark slams that he's become noted for.
And really, that once he got that space, you just knew it was going to happen.
So did the defense.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'll tell you what, he does not squander those chances. I mean, he's always going to punch it home with that kind of chance.
One more time for your Heat utensils.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Davis sends it back.
got to be careful putting up a shot around Anthony Davis.
Nice hit again. And it's good on the way in. And the Heat lead by 2.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Steve Smith. First personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the Heat. A 2-point game. Offensive rebound. Right side, Davis. Here's Curry with the 3. Steph perfection from the arc.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 7 points in the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And the move and the basket, SGA has the defense shook.
And here's LeBron outside. The West grabs the miss.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Another shot. Anthony Davis, too much size.
What determination on the boards. His work ethic really standing out right there. Well done by Davis.
And Davis sends it back. Cycling, no good. The West leading by 3. Here's Ggggg. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Takes it from 10 and misses it off the right side of the rim. And it's Davis with the ball for the West. And here's KD for 3. It doesn't go for him. LeBron with it. Guarded now by Durant. Here's LeBron. Ggggg pulls it in. 7-second difference. Shot in game clock. Snatched up. Şengün.
Alperon Şengün.
And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Fighting to earn the second chance opportunity on the foul shot. This is exactly what coach wants from Şengün.
Miami foul. Ronnie Sunders. First personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Ggggg. 8 points for him. And it's Bosh at the elbow. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Five seconds left in the third quarter. Miami no good on that time either. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch.
41.
West All-Stars lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The West leading by 5.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established the position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Alonzo Mourning. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Wembanyama outside. Rebound by the Heat. Wade outside. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And that one is good.
And the grown man strength of Wade powering his way through the contact.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
How about the ball hockey defensively, moving their feet, anticipating, and then also coming up with steals.
Shooting for West All-Stars, James Harden, 1.
Free throw good, James Harden.
If you want to know how clever Harden is as a player, just take a look at his one-on-one game, the way he can pretty much beat any defender. Quite impressive.
The West leading by 6. Davis with it. Jones covering. They get it back. And he banks in the layup.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Stolen by Harden. Outside Edwards.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
Shooting for West All-Stars, Anthony Edwards. 2.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
To stop the run. Hardaway, no good. And the West All-Stars with possession. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And LeBron throws it down.
He's so good at creating his own shot. He's just got an endless supply of moves. LeBron James.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys. Well, Miami's coach had some advice for the team during that last break. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
James
And
Harden.
he gets it to go.
Anytime you can get Harden to look down low, that's good offense.
And here's LeBron outside. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
I got yours.
Edwards slashing in.
Anthony Edwards.
And Edwards slams it in.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Here's Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
Well, it was going back and forth for a bit, but now they're certainly looking like the better team.
Here's Hardaway. The shot off that time. Nice D from Williams. And he drives in. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now the West with the ball. They're on a 19-4 run right now. James, good.
LeBron James.
LeBron's got 4 points this quarter.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Miami foul. Dwayne Wade. Second personal foul. Penalty. At the line for the away team, Anthony Edwards. 2.
Free throw good, Edwards.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And Edwards drops them both. 1:37 left to play in the final quarter. No good from LeBron. The West leading by 22. Williams, that's for two. The West again cannot hit. James in the post. And they pick up two.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
Here's James. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Rice. Lays it up off the glass.
And you simply can't give Rice those close looks because he is going to make you pay.
James, that's a 2-pointer. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Here's Haslam. Rebound by Williams. And so here are the West All-Stars. On its way from Curry for 2.
Big rebound there and a smart play to kick it right back out. They want to use as much clock as possible.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Now at the line, Chris.
That one is off.
Bosh, such a huge contributor. Comes up big in so many moments.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Miami no good on that time either. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg.
But I make it look easy. Told him let's run it. I keep it 100. This champion ring diamonds dancing like breezy. It's not, but we make it look easy. Told him let's run it. I keep it 100. This champion ring diamonds dancing like breezy. I dropped the top on the S6 Street. Flying in my ops, she didn't envy me. Passing it off like CP3. Shawty, she calling me MVP. I be on time and something you ain't never seen before. They call me the Dama. Really want my whole team to score. Yeah, too icy. Yeah, too clean. Yeah, my zone. Yeah, 2-3. Yeah, got shooters that hit from deep. Bust like Giannis. Yeah, too mean.
Yo, I go by the name. I'm from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know I'm yo. The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard. I'm the neighborhood.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. He'll see the West All-Stars and the Chicago Bulls. The 9-foot shot. The shot is good off the backboard. James has got the opening field goal of the game for the West All-Stars.
His overall size and strength really sets James apart from the rest of his peers when you think about his skill set inside.
Stephen Curry.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Here's Rose. And good that time.
But, you know, if you're the defense, that's all you can do. Rose is just a force on the offensive end.
Here's Ggggg. Again, the West All-Stars.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Chicago ball.
Chicago shooting their first free throw of the game here.
For the Bulls, Derrick Rose.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Here's Gilmore, and it's blocked by Ggggg. Pass to Durant. The shot's good. Ggggg making the play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Ggggg with it. Now guarded by Jordan.
And the move and the basket. SGA has the defense shook.
The Bulls off to a slow start. 8-point game. And here's Rose outside. And again, no good by Chicago. And a deep three from James. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Chicago with the ball. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with the Bulls head coach. Now, I asked him if he has any plan for dealing with the multi-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. He said it's all about balance. If you defend Jokic too aggressively, he'll just kick it out to other guys too softly, and he'll kill you inside. So balance is the key. Sounds like a tough balancing act to pull off, guys.
Thank you, David. Now here's Curry. Over Rose. Here's Jokic. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Savvy, size, length, strength, touch. Jokic, a low down on the blocks.
They get it back. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, but I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Bulls trailed by 9. Rose. LeBron grabs the miss. Here's Curry. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Curry's got 5 now.
Chicago timeout.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining.
And Rose wide open. He shoots. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rose has got his second bucket.
Boy, good to see Rose getting into a nice rhythm and shooting the ball with confidence. That's become a go-to shot for Rose.
Here's Wembanyama. And the layup's good off the glass.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
They get it back.
And the incredible reach of Wembanyama, helping him knock away that one.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Assisted by
so fluid off the bounce. Wembanyama.
From deep three-point land. That doesn't go either for Rose. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the West. Leading by 12.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws a foul.
For the West All-Stars, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the line for 2.
Good on the second free throw. And here are the Bulls now. Here's Rose. And too long on the shot.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
James Harden.
And the basket by Harden.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
To stop the run, they get the rebound. And again, Chicago, no good. The West leading by 15. Jackson misses.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Edwards. Here's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama
uses the glass to finish the layup. Wembanyama's got 6.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard.
26.
West All-Stars lead by 15. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks. Oh, man! And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
And the shot is good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Noah with the block.
It takes defense so seriously. Noah's showing he can be a pest out there.
Pass to Wembanyama. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The West All-Stars have converted 1 or 2 free throws so far today.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Bulls trail by 17. Armstrong with it. He's picked up by Ggggg. Noah trying to get open. Kukoc. Here's Rodman. And Rodman with the slam.
Well, we've seen Rodman do that often. Going up, getting that board, and getting the putback. Exactly what you want from him inside.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Ggggg is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Dagnall said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. The West All-Stars pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Ggggg. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the West leads by 15.
Smooth jumper there by Ggggg. He's working on stretching things out more when he can.
And Noah with the slam.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
It's to Armstrong. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Armstrong's got 4 points in the quarter.
When your point guard like Armstrong is able to score inside, that does add another element to your offense.
Durant, no good.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. So both teams making some changes here.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Third team foul.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Two minutes
On its
remaining
way
in the
from
first
Curry
half.
for 2.
2 minutes.
That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And the shooting mechanics of Curry,
Chicago
they are as
ball.
pure as anybody who's ever played. He's such a dangerous shooter and scorer.
Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
And so Jordan will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 13. And again, no good by Chicago. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Here is Davis. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. It's good.
AD just shoving past the inside contact that time. Powerful move getting it done.
And here's Jordan outside. He can't get that one.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
One of the dominant dunkers in the league. Davis can put on the show in there.
He's again. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Defensive foul.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. And how about that quiet confidence with which Noah plays? A long, skilled defender who also chips in occasionally on the offensive end.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
On its way from Curry for 2. The inside game of Stephen Curry.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Shots good by Pippen.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Noah. It's tipped. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by Pippen. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Chicago with the ball. The West leading by 13. Jokic draws the double. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Too big, too skilled. Jokic just methodically breaks you down. He's a very unique player.
West All-Stars shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Rose. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Stephen Curry.
When Rose is attacking, guys, I mean, the defense has to act. He puts them on their heels.
And he sinks the second. Outside Williams. Missed inside. Here's Rodman. Terrific assist and nice finish. Solid play all around. Rodman's got 4 points in the quarter. And so it's the West All-Stars. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The West leading by 11. Got a piece of it.
So hard to get a shot past Artis Gilmore because he's big, he's deep, and he's got those long arms. Nice block there.
Jordan outside. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Curry with it. Noah picks him up. Rebound by Pippen. Now the Bulls with it. Here's Rodman. Great D that time from LeBron. Pass to Curry. Over Noah. Here's Jokic. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Shoots from the line. Jokic grabs the miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Offensive rebound. A shot by Jordan, no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. So I know he's frustrated about that.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. He said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Both teams changing it up here. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Rose. It's good. Rose has got 9.
With his bounce and body control, easy to see why Rose is aggressive there.
Pass to Durant. Beyond the arc. Here's Şengün. Banked in off the glass. And the West leads by 17.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
James Harden.
Yep, that one goes.
Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string. And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
And here's Ggggg. He'll bring it up for the West. 15-point game. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Gggg's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Rose. Trying to get open as Butler. Off with the layup.
2 minutes.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:57 left in the third. There's Jackson with the three. Chicago grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Bulls trailed by 17. Here's Kukoc. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Well, Kukoc is a big guy, but he moves with such grace, so agile, and that helps him to get his shots inside.
Harden outside. Here's Wembanyama. Love grabs the board. That's a 2 from Butler. The quick look, no good that time.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Substitution for the Bulls. Artist Gilmore.
51 seconds left for the third.
B.J. Armstrong.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wembanyama.
It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
You know, you can't give him any room to shoot the three ball when you talk about B.J. Armstrong. He is a lethal three-point shooter. You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
West All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Second team foul.
He throw good, James Harden.
Shooting for the
If you want to know how clever Harden is as a player, just take a look at his one-on-one game. The way he can pretty much beat any defender. Quite impressive.
Bulls trailed by 16. Here's Theus. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And the basket by Harden.
Capable of doing great damage from outside. For Harden, I think it's simply about shooting with confidence.
Out left to the wing. Williams with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Pippen with it. Misses in close. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. West All-Stars out in front, up 19. And we're just moments away. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Bulls trailed by 19. Here's Rose. Yep, it counts. Rose has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Chicago.
And the quickness and acceleration of Derrick Rose, even with a simple dribble move, he can leave defenders stuck to the floor. And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
On its way from Rose for two.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Hey, give the defense credit for really good effort, but Gilmore's such a big guy. He's not backing down. And because he doesn't, he draws the foul.
And he can't hit the second.
And Artis Gilmore is just a massive guy and strong, too. I mean, rugged, a center that is flat out a beast on both ends of the floor. Banged my head against that dude many a time. It was not fun.
Here's Rose. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Edwards. Again, the West All-Stars.
And, you know, we need to keep seeing this from Edwards. It's encouraging to see him sink the mid-range J there.
Bucket is good.
And, you know, I'm not quite sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave somebody like him uncovered.
Edwards. Rebound by Pippen. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 19.
Pretty good display of strength by Jordan there. Absorbed the contact and still able to nail the shot.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, one of the very best big men at handling the ball. Jokic's moves and creativity really set him apart as a big guy.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was sick and slick. The D had no chance.
Yeah, he was one step ahead of him the entire way.
Kevin Durant.
Durant, good.
KD, extremely effective on the offensive glass. Not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Jordan deciding where to go with it. Buries the long-range jumper. Jordan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
What a move that time. Crossed up the whole building on that play.
Curry can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 17. Takes the 3. And Curry pulls it down.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
And that one's good. James.
Off the catch, LeBron not lacking confidence or hesitating.
2 minutes.
Here's Pippen. And the rejection by James. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Jordan. Here's Jokic. Makes it off the glass. And the West leads by 21.
Timeout call.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And another thing they did well was just keep the effort up offensively. Lots of boards leading to extra opportunities, which they converted.
You can see the coach very displeased with their defensive effort on the glass. They're giving up a bunch of second chance points. They got to get that corrected.
Those were your goals, kids.
pass to Pippen. And then Pippen slams it in.
Boy, that's major force and ferocity by Scottie Pippen on that slam. No messing around with that one.
Lets it fly from 18. Scottie Pippen grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 19. Here's Butler. The rebound by James. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And Jokic throws it down.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
Here's Pippen. Good defense by Jokic. The West leading by 21.
Chicago foul. Zach LaVine. Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the away team, Shea Gilgeous.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Outside Butler. And again, no good by Chicago.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside for Curry. Over Levine. And Levine with the block. Goes up on the wing. They get it again. And it's Pippen with the extra effort.
You know, Pippen is about 6'8", but he's got the wingspan of a condor, using that reach to corral that rebound.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander
Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And it's Pippen slamming it down.
Well, I like to see Pippen being this assertive at the rim. He puts that impressive athleticism to good use there.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Davis in the corner. There's the triple. Unable to get that one. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it.
On the 110, swinging. Let's grill, let's spill, spin a few crumbs. Pop smoke, young, no too much. Spaceship, fake boat, Kanye, young, don't stay too long. Big truck, big wheel, big rock, them probably hate my guts. Tryna gain my trust, but it's all out lust.